Well, 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 back in Austin. Well, ain't nothing in the world that I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one, don't get a hard one. Plant them in the spring and eat them in the summer. All winter without them is a culinary bummer. I forget all about the sweating and digging every time I go out and pick me a piggin'. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Whoa, pick it, guy. You can go out to eat, and that's for sure, but there's nothing a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put 'em in a salad, put 'em in a stew. You can make your very own tomato juice. You can eat 'em with eggs, you can eat 'em with gravy. Eat 'em with beans, pinto or navy. Put 'em on the side, put 'em in the middle. Put a homegrown tomato on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Burn it up, burn it up. Now if I was to change this life I lead, I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed. 'Cause I know what this country needs. It's homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. So when I die, don't bury me in a box in a cemetery. Out in the garden be much better, and I could be pushing up my homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. One more time. Pack up all your dishes. Make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me. Throw out them LA papers, moldy box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna get me some dirt road back the street. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke through some land I ain't bought, and it's his dear old skinny Dennis. The only one I think I will miss. I can hear that old bass singing, sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all we can now. I believe everything you're saying, and just you keep on playing. I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and you put the pink card in the mailbox. Leave the key in that old front door lock. They'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something we have forgotten. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that's surely handmade. We got something to believe in. And don't you think it's time we're leaving? If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bout if I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bout. So pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. Son of a bitch has always bored me. Now, being 6 years old, I had seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoking steam, screaming at the wheels, bigger than anything is, at least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4, but everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail. The soldiers from the war, just something that even old man Wildman never seen before. And it's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day, and something strange is going on, and we're all in the way. Now there's 50 or 60 people just sitting on the cars, and the old men left their dominoes and they come down from the bars. Ooh, and everybody's checking. Old Jack Kittrell check his watch, and us kids put our ears to the rails to hear 'em pop. So we already noted when they finally said train time, and you'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line, 'cause things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back, not before I'd got the chance to lay a nickel on the track. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. She's big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. She never even stopped. She left 50 or 60 people still sitting on the cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. Ooh, but me, I got a nickel smashed flatter than a dime by a mad dog runaway red silver streamline train. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Now who would have noticed the fire in your eyes, or the bitter direction of impending goodbyes? I'm falling and folded, Lord, I'm wilted in place. at the sight of you standing with streaks down your face. Heartbroke and running from the reason you got your heart broke. Don't give up on believing in me. Heartbroke, you kept me from leaving with my heart broke. Now pride is a bitch and it bore when you're lonely. Sheer madness prevails upon reason to yield. Oh, but all is not lost, it's only mistaken. And that's small consolation, but I know just how you feel. You got your heart broke, go running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up on believing in me. Heart broke, you kept me from leaving with my heart broke. Nobody said that it was going to be easy. We all have feelings that need a softer touch. But nobody said that it would not be worth it. The human condition continues as such. You get your heart broke, go running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up on believing in me. Heart broke, kept me from leaving with my heart broke. Wish I had a dime for every bad time, but the bad times always seem to keep the change. You've been all alone, so you know what I'm saying. And when all you can recall is the pain, just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. And I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. And every day it gets just a little bit better. Oh, and half of getting there is knowing where I've been before. I'm sure you understand, 'cause I ain't your first man. So when you feel like running for the back door, don't just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. Just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. Thank you. Let us now praise the Carpenter and the things that he made and the way that he lived by the tools of the trade. I can still hear his hammer singing 10-penny time, working by the hour till the day that he died. He was tough as a crowbar, quick as a chisel, fair as a plain, Lord, and true as a level. He was straight as a chalk line, right as a rule. Square with the world, he took good care of his tools. Lord, he worked his hands in wood from the crib to the coffin with a care and a love that you don't see too often. He built boats out of wood, big boats, working in a shipyard, mansions on the hill and a birdhouse in the backyard. He was tough as a crowbar, quick as a chisel, fair as a plain, Lord, and true as a level. He was straight as a chalk line, right as a rule. Square with the world, he took good care of his tools. He said anything that's worth cutting down a tree for is worth doing right. Don't the Lord love a 2x4? And if you asked him how to do something, he'd say just like Noah built the ark. You got to hold your mouth right, son, and never miss your mark. You be tough as a crowbar, quick as a chisel, fair as a plain, Lord, and true as a level. Be straight as a chalk line, right as a rule. Square with the world, you take good care of your tools. You be tough as a crowbar, quick as a chisel, fair as a plain, Lord, and true as a level. You be straight as a chalk line, right as a rule. Square with the world, you take good care of your tools. Was she standing on the gone side of leaving? She found a thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything that's going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she please. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. She's not sitting down and crying on her suitcase. Well, she had no second thoughts by the road. She's got feelings that need some repairing, and she did not give a damn that it showed. But she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, sure. And the wind had its way with her hair, and the blues had their way with her smile. She had a way of her own, just like prisoners have a way She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Now she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Now she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Coleman Bonner was a fiddle-playing fool. He's a backwoods rounder and a breaker of mules. Coleman Bonner's got a wore-out bow. He's been playing 2 days down the New Cut Road. Now Coleman's little sister said, you better act right, Coleman. Daddy's gone to Louisville, he'll be back tonight. He gonna get another wagon and a good pair of mules. Oh, and we're gonna move to Texas, we just waiting on you. Now Coleman's daddy, he pulled up in the yard, and he said, pack up your lives, kids, it's getting too hard. Kentucky's all right, but there's too many people. Oh, just the other day, I thought I saw a church steeple. Coleman said, Daddy, don't you worry about me. I'm gonna stay here in Kentucky till the day I die. I'm gonna drink that sour mash, I'm gonna race that mare. Oh, I got a woman with red fox hair. Now y'all been moving west since the day you got married. Well, I'm getting off the wagon, Daddy, I'm too old to be carried. I'm gonna stay here in Kentucky where that bluegrass grows. I'm gonna play it all night down the New Cut Road. Coleman's daddy said, now what's it all coming to? Young people these days are just as stubborn as mules. Oh, you can't make him go, he's too old for that. It's that damned old fiddle and that bowler hat. Now Coleman's mama said, let the boy stay, 'cause he was raised up solid and he can find his own way. But as for me, honey, I'm with you. Ooh, I always thought Kentucky was just passing through. Coleman's little sister, well, she started in crying, and his daddy shook his head for the very last time. Coleman's mama said, somebody gotta do it. Oh, there wouldn't be no Kentucky unless you didn't stick to it, Coleman. Coleman Bonner stood on the porch of that cabin, and he watched them all go to Texas in a covered wagon. And he pulled out his fiddle, and he rosined up his bow, and he played a little tune called the New Cut Road. Thank you. I like that word outlaw. It's just the way some people tend to use it that offends my sense of survival. Oh, and I love the way you talk. Honey, that's very rock and roll. Oh, you said you come from Texas, but I don't believe so. Now, who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? I said, who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? Now, you know what they say about having too much fun. Woo, they tell you that it can't be done, but I'm feeling real good. Honey, I never have felt greater. I don't believe that you can put too much gravy on tomatoes. She said, who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? Who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? One leg at a time, ooh, one leg at a time. Honey, I bet you put your bridges on one leg at a time. Now you can't fool me, no you can't fool me, 'cause I have been to Fort Worth and you can't fool me. Who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? Who do you think that you are to be jiving me like that? Who do you think that you are? Say, who do you think that you? Who do you think that you? Who do you think that you are? I'd play the Red River Valley, and he'd sit in the kitchen and he'd cry and run his fingers through 70 years of living and wonder, Lord, has every well I drilled gone dry? Oh, his friends, me and his old man, was like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Well, he's a drifter and a driller of oil wells and an old school man of the world. He taught me how to drive his car when he's too drunk to. Wouldn't he'd wink and give me money for the girl. And our lives is like some old western movie, like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. From the time that I could walk, he'd take me with him to a bar called the Green Frog Cafe. And there was old men with beer, guts and dominoes. Oh, and they're lying about their lives while they play. And I was just a kid that they all called his sidekick. Like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. One day I looked up and he's pushing 80. And there's brown tobacco stains all down his chin. Well, to me, he's one of the heroes of this country. So why is he all dressed up like them old men? He's drinking beer and playing Moon and 42, like a desperado waiting for a train. Like a desperado waiting for a train. And the day before he died, I went to see him. And I was grown and he was almost gone. So we just closed our eyes and dreamed us up a kitchen and sang another verse of that old song. Come on, Jack, the son of a bitch is coming. And we're desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. He was a wino, tried and true. Done about everything he is to do. He worked on freighters, he worked in bars, worked on farms, and he worked on cars. Now, there was white port to put that look in his eye grown men get when they need to cry. We sat down on the curb to rest, and his head just fell down on his chest. He says every single day it gets just a little bit harder to handle yet. And then he lost the thread and his mind got cluttered. The words just rolled off down the gutter. Well, he was elevator man in a cheap hotel in exchange for the rent on a one-room cell. And he's old, years beyond his time. No thanks to the world and the white port wine. He says, son, he always called me son. He said, life for you has just begun. And he told me the story I'd heard before. I fell in love with a Dallas whore. He could cut through the years to the very night that it ended in a whorehouse fight. She turned his last proposal down in favor of being a girl about town. Now it's been 17 years riding line, and he ain't been straight none of the time. Too many days of fighting the weather, too many nights of not being together. So he died. When they went through his personal effects, in among the stubs from the welfare checks was a crumbling picture of a girl in a door, and an address in Dallas and nothing more. And the welfare people provided the priest. A couple from the mission down the street sang Amazing Grace. No one cried except some lady in black way off to the side. We all left and she's standing there, black veil covering the silver hair. And old one-eyed John said her name was Alice. She used to be a whore in Dallas. So let him roll, Lord, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Just you let him oh, let him roar. He always said that heaven was just a Dallas whore. Just you let him roar. Oh, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. you. Well, I'm gone down to Austin, Texas. I'm gone down to save my soul. Get that barbecue and chili, gonna eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We're gonna have a high old time. We're gonna eat till we get silly. It's sure to make a beer taste fine. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to starve your belly and backbone from me. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, all right. I know a man to cook armadillo, tastes so sweet he called it pie. I know a woman make pan dulce, tastes so good it get you high. Get them enchiladas greasy, get them steaks chicken fried. Sure to make a man feel happy to see white gravy on his side. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to starve your belly and backbone. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, all right. Got fried okra, beat anything that I ever saw. I know a man to cook Rico, it must be against the law. We're gonna get a big old sausage, a big old plate of ranch style beef. I could eat the heart of Texas, we're gonna need some brand new gin. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, yeah. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Thank you all very much. Take a little break. She could dance that slow bandera, shuffle to some cowboy hustle. How she made them trophy buckles shine, shine, shine. Wild-eyed Mexican silver, tricking dumb old cousin Willard into thinking that he got her this time. Hill country honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every beer joint in town has played a fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou, ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Well, she's a rawhide rope and a velvet mixture, walking, talking Texas texture, high time and barroom fixture kind of a girl. She's a queen of the cowboys. Look at old Willard grinning now, boys. You'd have thought there's less fools in this world, but there wasn't. Hill country honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every beer joint in town has played the fool for you. backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou. There ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. So good luck, Willard, and here's to you, and here's to Rita, and I hope she'll do you right all night. Lord, I wished I was a fool in your jeans. Hill country, honky-tonkin', Rita Ballou. Every big joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou. There ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Now gents to the middle set a young girl's fiddle, and you ain't got nothing to lose. Alaman right, she can play it all night, she can fiddle off the bottom of your shoes. Oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Now promenade down to the lonesome sound of a whippoorwill in the night. Sashay back, look at old Mad Jack hugging everything in sight. He said, oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Now Banjo Bill, he stopped stock still as the notes come a-rolling by. And it filled his ears and it eased his fears, and a tear come to his eye. He said, oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Now the old string bass, he lost his place, and his arms, it felt like steel. And the guitar man dropped both his hands, and he swore that it was not real. Oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Now it's golden strings on eagle's wings to the calling of the squares. There's fiddle tunes and there's fiddle tunes, but Virginia's splitting hairs. Oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Now she casts a spell no tongue can tell, no prophet can reveal. Quiet as death, hold your breath, she played Virginia's reel. Oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that music in the air. Oh me, oh my, how she makes that bow hair fly, how she hangs that crystal in the air. Walked out when the times got hard, and the truck broke down in the whole front yard. It wasn't me, and it wasn't you. And who shot pool all night long, wound up betting on the crack of dawn. Oh, that was you, darling, and that was me. And we are just fools for each other. We are lovers, in fact, we've gone crazy out back like only fools for each other Who took off when their heart got broke? Let the whole thing go up in smoke. It wasn't me, and it wasn't you. Who held on when the blues came down? Who took care when the tie was bound? Oh, that was you, darling, and that was me. And we are just fools for each other, me and you. We are lovers, in fact, we've gone crazy out back like only fools for each other do. Now who showed up when the time was right? Laid a little mercy on a bad old night. That was you, darling, that was me. And we are just fools for each other, me and you. We are lovers, in fact, we've gone crazy out back like only fools for each other do. We are lovers, in fact, we've gone crazy out back like only fools for each other would do. Having too much fun. Convicted on charges of supply and demand, he was unloading the American dream. Caught in the middle of a bigger plan, it was a South American scheme. But he is no smuggler, he is a fisherman, and all of his debts they are owed to the sea. Some call it justice, but it just ain't right. This ain't live and let be. He's singing, what is that sound? What is that noise? I cannot figure it out for the life of me, boys. Is it the Coast Guard or is it the wind? Is it the mothership coming again? What is that sound? What is that noise? I cannot figure it out for the life of me, boys. Is it the Coast Guard or is it the wind? Is it the mothership coming again? In his cell, thinking about Ulysses, how he picked up his oar and walked away from the sea. Until someone said, you ain't from round here, are you? That's how far away that he feels. And he thinks of his wife, and he thinks of his children, and he thinks about them taking his boat. And he thinks about the killer in the boat below, and he's trying to keep his hopes afloat. What is that sound? What is that noise? I cannot figure it out for the life of me, boys. Is it the Coast Guard or is it the wind? Is it the mothership coming again? What is that sound? What is that noise? I cannot figure it out for the life of me, boys. Is it the Coast Guard or is it the wind? Is it the mothership coming again? Well, if you ever go out to the circus where the wild enders walk on the wire, well, I'll tell you a tale to remember when the white horses leap rings of fire. It was a cold night in Oklahoma, and the show was about to begin. And the animals, they were all restless when the star horse, she broke from her pen. Now she was a mare of high spirit, just like a whore on a Saturday night. And she's kicking and bucking past the men who's brushing the elephants lying on their sides. And I'm next to the tent sat some lanterns, and they was dangerously close to the hay. And that mare headed straight for those lanterns that some fool had put there by mistake. Well, then up steps some Indian cowboy, and his lasso went whirling through the air. In the full dead middle of danger, oh, he roped that runaway mare. And then the elephants raised up their trumpets, and two of them broke from their chains, and stampeded that Indian cowboy who'd saved the big top from flame. So if you ever go out to the circus where the wild enders walk on the wire, you just remember that Indian cowboy when the white horses leap rings of fire. Broken-hearted people always seem to drink, trying to drown those sorrows ain't as easy as you think. But living with a liar is a hard old way to go. Laughing just to keep from crying ain't no way to grow. So take me to a barroom driver, set me on a stool. If I can't be her man, I'm damned if I'll be her fool. Say that whiskey ain't the best way, but then I ain't too smart. What I think I just found out, she was lying from the start. So it's nothing but a bad joke, looking for a laugh. Well, hold on to your lampshade, darling, 'cause I'm looking for a hat. And take me to a barroom driver, set me on a stool. If I can't be her man, I'm damned if I'll be her fool. So get this taxi moving, 'cause I got no time to lose. This is no time to be choosy. You know that any old bar will do. 'Cause I'm looking to get silly, and I'm looking to get loose. And if that don't get it done, darling, I come looking for you. Oh, take me to a barroom driver, set me on a stool. can't be her man, I'm damned if I'll be her fool. Said you'd take me to a barroom drive, set me on a stool. If I can't be her man, I'm damned if I'll be her fool. Thank you. I found comfort and courage in bottles of whiskey, but I swear to you, friend, that life, oh, that's pretty risky. I have backed away quickly from those that would burn me and start up my years that no one should learn me. But the lady beside me is the one I have chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. I have flown like a bird from each cage that confined me and broken every one of the ties that would bind me. And I have danced me around some sad old situation and taken up my share of those sweet, sweet invitations. But the lady beside me is the one I have chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. Walk through my life like a coat from the cold. Now the old gunfighter on the porch stared into the sun, and he relived the days of living by the gun, when deadly games of pride were played, and living was mistakes not made. And the thought of the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. I can almost feel the weight of the gun, and it's always keep you back to the sun, and it's faster than snakes or a blink of the eye, and it's a time for all slow men to die. And his eyes get squinty and his fingers twitch, and he empties his gun at the son of a bitch, and he's hit by the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Whoa, hit by the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Now the burn of the bullet is only a scar, and he's back in his chair in front of the bar, and the streets are empty and the blood's all dry, and the dead are dust and the whiskey's inside. So buy him a drink and lend him an ear, He's nobody's fool and the only one here that remembers the smell of the black powder smoke and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, remember the smell of the black powder smoke and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. He said, I stood in that street before it was paved, and I learned shoot or be shot before I could shave. And I did it all for the money and fame, and noble was nothing but feeling no shame. Nothing was sacred save staying alive. And all that I learned from a Colt 45 was to curse the smell of the black powder smoke and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, curse the smell of the black powder smoke and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Now he's just an old man that no one believes. He says he's a gunfighter and the last of the breed. But there's ghosts in the street and they're seeking revenge, and they're calling him out to the lunatic fringe. Now he's out in the traffic, he's checking the sun, and he gets killed by a car as he goes for his gun. So much for the smell of the black powder smoke and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. So much for the smell of the black powder smoke and the stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Well, the last time it snowed in Del Rio, hell froze. I could not believe that I missed it. So far from the border, so close to the line, son, I almost got down and kissed it. But it's too far from home, and it's too late to look back. 2 times a night make it tough. D-Spears showed me the day that I met him. Too much ain't never enough. Ooh, Lord, ain't this road just enough to make you holler, holler, calf rope. Make you holler, calf rope, I said. Now let me just say that the road to good intentions is paved with the fools that I've been. You can get up or stay up, it's just the same come sun up. All you got to do is go again. Lord, ain't this road just enough to make you holler, holler, calf rope. Make you holler, calf rope, I said. Make you get your nose to the road grind, running right on road time, gone deaf, dumb, and road blind. You can chalk it up to road crime. It's a fool of the road kind, trying to make the road rhyme. Well, make you holler, calf rope, I said, calf rope. Make you holler, calf rope. Melody in search of the words I love you. She's a rose with no room to grow. She's a light in the night with nowhere to shine. She's a partner that nobody chose. Oh, she's tried and she's tried and she's tried to keep on trying, but everything she tried fell apart. She's loved and she's loved and she'd love to keep on loving, but every man she loved broke her heart. She's a melody in search of the words I love you. She's a rose with no grow. She's a light in the night with nowhere to shine. She's a partner that nobody chose. She's fallen and stumbled and fallen, and no one picked her up when she fell. But she stood up with hopes up that someone would show up. Someday you never can tell. She's a melody in search of the words I love you. She's a rose with no room to grow. She's a light in the night with nowhere to shine. She's a partner that nobody chose. She's a melody in search of the words I love you. She's a rose with no room to grow. She's a light in the night with nowhere to shine. She's a partner that nobody chose. Oh, she's lonesome and nobody knows. The bus pulled away in a roaring black cloud. I stood in the road, honey, I hollered right out loud. Hey, darling, I love you. Hey, bus driver, whoa, but you cannot stop a woman who's out of control. Well, she's crazy for leaving, I told her so. And the boys at the bus stop just said, man, let her go. Crazy for leaving, I told her so. But you can't stop a woman who's out of control. So I punched out my truck on a telephone pole. Well, she never looked back, she just said, go, driver, go. Oh, I know I could have stopped her, but I ran out of luck. She was long gone to Lufkin by the time they cut me out of the truck. Well, she's crazy for leaving, I told her so. And the boys at the bus stop just said, fool, let her go. She's crazy for leaving, I told her so. But you can't stop a woman who's out of control. So I kicked and I cussed that old East Texas road. I throwed rocks at my truck, which had busted my nose. Add insult to injury, what do you get? A bus stop full of honkies that don't ever forget. Oh, she's crazy for leaving, I told her so. And the bus depot lady just said, honey, I don't know. Crazy for leaving, I told her so. But you can't stop a woman who's out of control. Oh, she's crazy for leaving, I told her so. And the boys at the bus stop just said, man, let her go. She's crazy for leaving, I told her so. But you can't stop a woman who's out of control. No, you can't stop a woman who's out of control. Thank you. And that old time feeling goes sneaking down the hall like an old gray cat in winter, keeping close to the wall. old time feeling. I'm stumbling up the street like an old salesman kicking the papers from his feet. That old time feeling draws circles round the block like old women with no children holding hands with a clock. That old time feeling comes and goes in the rain like an old man with his checkers dying to find a game. That old time feeling plays for beer and bars like an old blues time picker who don't recall who you are. That old time feeling rocks and spits and cries like an old lover remembering the girl with the clear blue eyes. Old time feeling goes sneaking down the hall like an old gray cat in winter, keeping close to the wall. Oh, this south coast of Texas, that's a thin slice of life. It's salty and hard, it is stern as a knife. Where the wind is for blowing up, hurricanes for showing the snakes how to swim and the trees how to lean. And the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Jolly Blonde. Now there's snowbirds in search of that sunshine and nightlife, fond of greasing palms down the beach as they're going. Ah, this living on the edge of the waters of the world demands the dignity of whooping cranes and the likes of Gilbert Road. And the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Jolly Blonde. Cars of my youth, how I tore through those sand dunes and cut up my tires on the oyster shell road. Ah, but nothing is forever, say the old men in the shipyards, turning trees into shrimp boats. Hell, I guess they ought to know. And the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Jolly Blonde. Well, the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the The deckhands are singing adios, Jolly Blunt. Well, the deckhands are singing adios, Jolly Blunt. My father had a Randall Knife. My mother gave it to him when he went off to World War II to save us all from ruin. Now, if you've ever held a Randall Knife, you know my father well. If a better blade was ever made, it was probably forged in hell. My father was a good man. Was a lawyer by his trade. Only once did I ever see him misuse the blade. Well, it almost cut his thumb off when he took it for a tool. Ah, the knife was made for darker things. You could not bend the rules. Well, he let me take it camping once on a Boy Scout jamboree. Broke a half an inch off trying to stick it in a tree. Well, I hid it from him for a while, but the knife and he were one. He put it in his bottom drawer without a hard word won. And there it slept, and there it stayed for 20 some odd years, sort of like Excalibur, except waiting for a tear. My father died when I was 40, and I couldn't find a way to cry. Not because I didn't love him, not because he didn't try. Well, I'd cried for every lesser thing, for whiskey, pain, and beauty, but he deserved a better tear, and I was not quite ready. So he took his ashes out to sea, poured them off the stern, and then threw the roses in the wake of everything we'd learned. And when we got back to the house, they asked me what I wanted. Not the law books, not the watch. I need the thing he's haunted. Oh, my hand burned for the Randall Knife there in the bottom drawer. And I found a tear from my father's life and all that it stood for. A friend named Bill Campbell. He used to rob, steal, and gamble, and on the side he begged, so he mopped up. Well, I told old Bill he shouldn't do it, and old Bill said that he knew it, so he started begging with a bucket instead of a cup. He's in a jailhouse now. He's in a jailhouse now. Lord, old Bill Flood was dubbed when he wore a tuxedo to the country club. He's in the jailhouse. Diddle-lady, 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 diddle-lady. Oh, Bill had a gal named Sadie, and she said, "Have you seen Bill lately? Now I don't believe that he's about." So Sadie went down to the jail just to pay his bail. And she whispered, Sheriff, please don't let him out. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Lost and wild old Bill's away. Said he's with the sheriff every day. He's in the jailhouse now. Lady, little lady, little lady, little lady. You remember the last election? The prohibitionist was in action, trying to elect themselves a president. And Bill Campbell and John Austin, they rode from New Orleans to Boston, and they bought them a bottle in every settlement. In the jailhouse now, in the jailhouse now. Lord, they caught him down by the railroad track, stealing a train just to haul it back. In the jailhouse now. Howdy, little lady, little lady. 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 Thank you all very much. Thanks for coming. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. This song was written in the back of my Volkswagen bus in 1970 by Townes Van Zandt. We just riding along and the whole thing came out in one straight line. He didn't even write it down. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. Now, this man down at the used car lot tried to sell me 4 wheels and a trunk. I said, man, ain't no engine. He said, the engine's just a bunch of junk. He said, you don't need no engine to go downhill, and I can plainly see that's the direction you're headed in. And he handed me the key. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. I went to a doctor of the highest order and said I couldn't have a drink for a year. Oh, 1 glass of wine on my birthday if my birthday wasn't too very near. Well, he must have put me in a state of shock, 'cause I made it for about 2 weeks. And then he sent me a bill that knocked me flat off the wagon and back down on my feet. And I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. Well, I come through this life a stumbler, friends, and I expect to die that way. Could be 20 years from now, could be most any day. But if there ain't no whiskey and women, Lord, up behind them heavenly doors, I'm gonna take my chances down below, and of that you can be sure. I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. I I said, no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm going back to Tennessee. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Good night.